What's a mistake you learned the hard way that you can now help people to avoid?
It was my first time in the UK, straight from Nigeria. I remember this day like it was yesterday. I had my blue jeans on and my fake Adidas t-shirts. I remember arriving at London Heathrow and how excited I was. Not because it was my first time getting on a plane or it was my first time in a new country, but because I've been talking to this British London girl for a while now and I was going to be finally meeting her in person. I remember the immigration officer at London Heathrow asking me why I was in the UK and I said, I am here to see Vanessa. I thought it was a joke. For real, I almost got deported. Anyway, I got to my apartment, dropped my luggage, and immediately got on FaceTime with Vanessa. We seemed so happy together, like we were perfect together. She asked me if I've had anything to eat. I said, no, I'm starving because honestly, the flight from Lagos to London is gonna get you hungry. So I was starving. Then she said she knew a nice restaurant in Kensington, London, that we should have dinner there. Remember, it's my first time in the UK. Then she said I should meet her there. I said, you know what? I don't know anywhere around. Like, could you pick me up? And then she said, okay, she's gonna come and pick me up. For the next 20 minutes, while I waited for Vanessa to arrive, I literally emptied my body spray and my perfume. Like, I wanted it to smell good. I wanted it to smell nice. I remember Vanessa turning up in a posh Panamera convertible, a red posh Panamera. I remember seeing her with the roof open and the first thing I thought was, I'm gonna marry this girl. Anyway, I got in the car and she just zoomed off. It was like in the movies. Like, this was like the most romantic thing I've ever seen in my life. And then we got to the front of the restaurant in Kensington and then she got out of the car. I got out of the car too. And then she handed our car keys, the keys to our Porsche Panamera convertible to a random guy standing in front there. And I was like, do you know that guy before? She was like, no, he's just the valet. And then the guy took the car and went to park it wherever. I was like, wow, I've never seen anything like this in my life. At the door of the restaurant, security did not want to let me in. They said my jeans was against the formal dress code of the restaurant. But Vanessa made a few calls and then they allowed us to go in. I was like, oh, thank God they didn't even notice my fake Adidas t-shirt. Vanessa and I, we sat down, we ate, we drank, we talked. Everything was going perfect. And then the waiter brought the bill. Vanessa looked at the bill and she told the waiter, split it into two. So the waiter went, and while the waiter was gone, Vanessa received a phone call. I don't know who was calling her, but it seemed really, really serious. She seemed really upset. And then she stood up, she went to the till, did something there, and then she left. And then literally 1 minute later, the waiter came back to me and gave me the bill again. And I looked at the bill, I saw £700. And I said, didn't she ask you to split the bill into two? And then the waiter said, yeah, I already split the bill. This is your half. She already paid her one half and she's left now. And you remember, while waiting for Vanessa to pick me up, I was too busy spraying perfume all over my body. So I ended up forgetting my phone at home. I couldn't even call anyone to rescue me. I started sweating immediately. I literally had only £100 in my pocket. Like, that was all I had on me. So I gave them the £100 and I literally had to walk there for 3 whole days. By the time I got my phone back, I had over 100 missed calls from Vanessa. She probably thought I didn't like her in person after meeting her and the date did not go well. That's why I wasn't picking up her calls. And I didn't even get a chance to explain because by the time I tried to call her back, she had already blocked me.